I need to make dinner. So it could be ravioli or that up there. AHKSHAAV. So what's it gonna be? Okay, expiration date. November 13th, 2025. Or November 22nd, 2025. Well, I am thinking of, that's too much macaroni to eat all at once, or not. I know I don't have any hot sauce for the macaroni. I did some light cleaning. Sometime before I started this video. Okay. Off high 987. Noah Dickin. He's Noah Rickon. But he doesn't really think his last name, Rick, is Rickon, Rickun. The first four letters are Rick. So he doesn't think that's his name. It's Noah to himself. Okay. Well, I know this. My last name is not Rickon. Yeah. Well, there's something wrong with the creator, that he thieves money, and I make money, but I make it just for myself. I don't make money for my last name. I make money with my last name. And then there are other people who have the same last name as I do, but I did not name anybody. I did not name myself either. So why is it that people who use the same last name as mine, they don't give me keys because I didn't name them? They don't give me keys because it's my name only. They don't give me keys because I'm none higher than me deceased right here. I'm none higher than he is deceased now here because I didn't get any keys from anyone with the same last name as mine. And then it's more than that. If you have the same last name as myself had before I died, because I died of starvation of my last name, then why didn't you just go away from my house is really my house and alive? Because it wasn't just Donna in the end, it ended up being Donna, then Hans, then Steve, then Mitch, and then Cheryl, or it's not in that order, right? Okay, so it's Donna, then Hans, then Cheryl, then Steve, then Mitch. Okay, and those people all think that mom and dad both own the house? Both of them. So they didn't even disagree that it was just Donna and not Hans. They thought it was Donna and Hans, that it's their house keys. Okay, so it's whoever makes their own key, keeps it, and uses it for themselves. Is that it? So Donna had her own key, Hans had his own key, and they held onto their keys and they used them for themselves, and nobody told them not to do that. Really? Why not? Because let's say that they do. Okay, Cheryl, Cheryl. I told her a threatening about how I fell asleep in the 8961 North Roxley house. I fell asleep in there. I woke up from a dream, and I had something to say to the creation of myself about the dream. And I moved the creator of myself about that much. And when I was finished speaking, she just said no to what I said out loud to the creation of myself inside of a house. She just said no. And she has a lot of nerve to talk to me like that. Because I did think she was alone in the wrong. I can't help it. I didn't have a life that way. I dreamed. Who knows that but me? If you don't believe a word out of my mouth, what are you doing in my house? And that's you thinking I have to get out because you don't believe me. That's me saying to my God, I don't believe me. I left. So nobody went up to my mom figure and said, I don't think that's your house. Nobody did. Why? Because she would just say what? She would just say, yeah, it's my key, it's my house. Is she going to tell them that? I've never seen her get angry. Why? Is she dangerous when she gets angry? Like what? She has a knife? Oh, so maybe she doesn't belong in my house. Oh, you don't want to fight with her? Why are you using my last name if you don't want to fight with her? You want money out of me, and you don't want to fight with her. What are you doing for the money? If I was your employer and I was going to give you money for what you are, what would you be worth in the money? Are you just very well behaved on money? Yes, but you haven't established whose money it is yet. You can't be well behaved on the money. The money has an address. So what are you going to do about that? It's not just, well, I think it's my house to myself. Do you just care about what people think because you don't want to fight with them? If you don't want to fight with them, just go to jail. And then if you do fight with them, you might go to jail anyway. Well, you can tell the jail why you don't want to fight with them, and that would be sending the message right to God. And it would give somebody some mental problems. You don't even so much as give Donna mental problems for that she has a key to my house. I don't have a key to my house. Nope, I don't. I'm on the inside of the house and I don't leave. You have to move everything around myself. If I was to go out in the public, I wouldn't have any money to pay your charges. You have charges in public so that you don't buy anything. So everyone with the last name Moser, they don't all have keys to my house. So how do they have the last name Moser if they don't have keys to my house? Just Donna and Hans have keys and nobody else? Steve and Mitch and Cheryl don't have keys to my house, but they use the last name Moser. And the same as though Donna uses the last name Moser and she has a key to my house. I have to die out of forum to get all of my money back. Well, I'll get it back to myself, and then you're going to be strapped with the debt you made on yourselves. I suppose I won't get much out of you that was mine before, because it's not mine to yourself, ever. If something's not mine to myself to yourself, it's not mine to myself until I'm died out of form. You make me die out of form for everything little. I have to die out of form because of things that are disposable. Like, what about this food wrapper when I'm done with it? I'm going to die out of form for this food wrapper when I'm done with it. I mean, let's say it has a purpose when it has the food inside of it. And, I'm about to eat it right in front of you. But cook it and then eat it right in front of you. But then, once I'm done with this food wrapper, it's useless and you're going to make me die for it because you don't know how to throw it out. That's what Camp Interlaken was trying to say to me about recycling, but recycling won't solve or be a solution for that. You don't know what's mine to myself, and then you have that you don't afford. I'm going to throw out this food wrapper. I'm not yourself, and you're just going to die in your own sick way over this food wrapper. I'm putting it on the internet. You're going to die over this food wrapper. I wouldn't even buy this brand if I had a choice. Nope, this is what's available right now, but it's not really a brand I would use. What about the Olive Garden? Wouldn't that be better? Everybody say yay. So do you ever play games that you don't really have a need as a witness, but you tell somebody to get out? Do you do it to a few people and then you don't remember who you hurt? Do you do it and then you stay where you are? You consume your own keys. You don't go to jail. And then you don't know who you hurt because you're not in jail and prison. So pretty much the cashier for this food is like this person who says, have a nice day. And then they're due in jail and prison so that they know who they hurt. And if you stand there and say, as the cashier, if the cashier stands there and says, next, then you don't know who you hurt as the cashier. The cashier doesn't know who it hurt. you have illegal genitals, you cannot ask God questions over your illegal genitals. The questions are answered and already in the illegal genitals, and if you don't know that with yourself, because the genitals are formed illegally, they're illegally formed genitals, you can't really ask God a question. You just have to think about yourself, and you need a place to do that, and it's homeless, and you need to be trespassed, and you need to be in jail, and then you need to be in prison, and then you need to die out of the address of the prison so that your illegal genitals don't have an address, and then you don't have to go through all the ways God is trying to get your illegal genitals out of the addresses, because you have penis has illegal formed penis. It has a wrong problem. You don't have keys if you have a penis. You have a dog snout in your penis. You have all the outdoor wildlife of world number 16 deceased. You have wild birds in your penis. If you've been to the zoo, it's in your penis. So you're in reverse interest. If you were in the interest of your penis, you would have 45 years of consumption. If you know what I mean, you would have the meters of the 45 years of consumption that I'm in now. You would have the meters running another way. That you have to say, when everything you see, that is not mine to myself, 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 to other people who look at myself. That is not mine to myself, that is not mine to myself, that is not mine to myself. And then you don't ever say, I don't have a problem. What's the problem? You think something's yours to yourself is the problem. And you're on the meters. And the meters are so high. They're so high. You don't understand what's yours to yourself is really just your penis. It's just your penis is yours to yourself, and you don't have anything else that's yours to yourself. You're obscene. You have nipples on a flat chest. You're totally obscene. I don't need my nipples if you don't need yours. asked to play tennis. I asked to play tennis because I had to do that myself, with myself, so I asked. But I don't know if everyone else who played tennis around me, if they all asked to play tennis because they thought they had good skill and they were healthy. Because it's ending here, disaster. I need to sue you for my tennis racket back, and the only way I can get my tennis racket back is if I die out of formed here. I don't need feminine genitals on the Godhead mutilated anymore. Just to say with myself, I don't want to play tennis with you if I don't like you. I want to tell you whether or not I want to play. I don't actually just want to play because you're threatening that Donna's in my house. Hans is in my house. They have keys to my house. I don't have a home. I'm just working that maybe God will give me something someday. Like it's the lottery to be working with you. You don't pay out keys when you owe them. In tennis, you owe me keys because I am myself. You owe me keys when I win. I won about half the matches. You owe me all those keys. And then you also owe me that you give me your tennis racket when you're done and you say you're sorry that you lost and that you're not going to play anymore. And then you're on your way to homeless. You don't bother me about where you are after that because you don't know how to be yourself. You were not nice to me when I was nice to you. You think I'm oblivious? You think I don't know how to be myself? You think I don't understand my place in this world? You think I don't know everybody who's not myself is over me? Everybody is over me. Everybody who's not myself is over me. You're all over me because you all have keys that belong to myself. And I would take some of them and then the rest of them, you just have to turn them into jails and prisons. You have to know when to give me your keys. You can't wait there for me to tell you. I'm not going to tell you what time it is. How do you know when you're supposed to give me your keys? You give me everything you have if you see me, and you go straight to jail. And if you don't believe in me, you will when you get inside the jail. You'll definitely believe that I never want to see you again. And shut down your little bailout problem. You don't call a bail bondsman to get you out of jail because you think something's not fair. If you're in jail, that's where you belong and there's no up. You have to go down, you have to go goodbye. You have to go to jail and stay there because you need to be in a jail like the animals are in the zoo. Have you been to the zoo and you've seen the animals in the zoo? Then you know you need to be behind bars. You need to be behind bars. If you see animals in the zoo, you need to be behind bars. Just like an animal. You can't make the animal the higher order. You cannot say with yourself, well, the animal in the zoo is a higher order because it's in a zoo. Me, I don't go to jail, I don't live behind bars. I just go to see the animals behind bars. And in habitats. You need to be in a zoo yourself. If you want to be a zookeeper, you can be a zookeeper, but you need to be in prison. Animal veterinarians, like veterinarians for a horse, right? I've seen that on Judge Judy. Veterinarians for horse, for cow, and then the veterinarians for the animals in the house. As if you don't know what to do. Are you a veterinarian of an animal in a house and you don't know what to do? You can't see the animal more than once. You can't send the animal back with somebody who brought it to see you. If you see an animal in a veterinarian's office, it's yours. Take it to prison with you. The animal that's in the house doesn't need a doctor. we put some nuts in? No mixed nuts. They're stale. Well, I'm looking at the meat to turn the heat down. Yeah. Jeff Goldblum, Jurassic Park. I heard Charles Toe on a phone call with somebody. He said, she wants to marry Jeff Goldblum. I don't want to live with Charles Toe. Can we get him out? And then I don't have to say that I want to marry Jeff Goldblum. Or to get past the threatening, you think that I want to live with Charles Toe. If Jeff Goldblum's on TV, what do I need Charles Toe for? Charles Toe always would say to me, oh, can't tell you that. Don't know where he is. Charles Toe, if you're watching, I am due deceased out of this apartment. I do not dispute that you are not here. Well, I need to die and go to heaven, if you know what I mean. I'm not here at your expense or anyone's expense. I'm waiting for the end of time. What's the holdup? Do you know? Do you know why I'm still alive? Because I'm waiting for the end of time and I'm ready. I'm good. I'm ready to go. I have to say that because you're landlording. Yeah. You think there are other people who are landlords to myself. You're landlords. Yeah, your parents. You're landlords. How come when you get off your parents' money, you still have to pay your landlords? I've never seen you're condescending me so hard. I was wondering if you were just gonna say that because you'll never see me in the afterlife. Yeah, but I'm me. Are you gonna just tell me that you forgot what you said to me? Are you gonna say I probably forgot because there are so many people who knows you? Oh, so you acknowledge that nobody knows you. So who do you speak for? Are you the creator of yourself? Are you like a lawyer or an attorney for the creator of yourself? Do you speak for the creator of yourself like a lawyer or an attorney who's suing me for money? You don't know that you can't sue God for money. You can't sue somebody who's suing yourself. But there's a problem that you think something's yours to yourself. I have to sue you. If you say I like your shirt, that's you saying that you think something is yours to yourself, that you can look at it and you know whose shirt it is. You think that's yours to yourself. You don't speak English. It's not due to speak English. I want to sue you for every word out of your mouth, no matter what it is. It's not due for you to speak English. If you understand English, that's for you to hear it. It is not for you to speak. Children are meant to be seen and not heard, and you better believe you're beneath God's children. So, what do you want to know about myself deceased? How can I afford the teeth in my mouth? How can you afford to be anywhere near me with thinking that way? You don't actually think there's something wrong with your violent thinking. There's something wrong with your violent thinking that you're already there. You don't have other thought and you're far away from me, or you don't have other thought about me, like that I'm God and that I'm angry. You actually think that there's something wrong with me, and you don't put that thinking head in jail because there's something wrong with thinking there's something wrong with somebody who's not yourself, and being helpless, there's nothing you can do about it because it's not yourself. God didn't make you that you're not yourself and you have to worry about somebody else. You are yourself and you have to be deceased with God. You need deceased. You don't need money. You can't sell yourself into the debt of happy on sugar, happy in human trafficking. Well, you're just waiting to find out what is next for you. Because you can't stay that way forever. You cannot be in creation or in the world if you are not minimally a low one. And you are not minimally a low one if I am me. You need to be deceased. I need to put this in the oven for a while, but I'm going to save the motion because I'm not paying rent for this apartment, but it's being landlorded. So it's rented that way. It's being landlorded. So I try to just not go beyond what is an emergency to myself. I can take care of myself in an emergency. If anyone calls 911 on myself, you know the emergency is elsewhere's. It's got to be somebody who's not myself, because if you know that 911's been dialed on myself, you know I'm not the emergency because I've been taking care of my own emergency without you. Every little thing I need about everything about myself for my whole life. Do you have any interest in somebody would think 911 has an emergency and it's me? That's so funny. I'm deceased. What happened to your emergency? Did it get lost? Well, when are you going to have another chance at an emergency and it's yourself? Bend me over, do me like Rover. Come on, throw me a bone. Those are the three things, and you can take me home. I would like to take a shower before I eat this to cool off my head. Yeah. Okay, the burner is exposed and I need to reach for the camera. I don't want to touch that because it's hot. Which one? Is it this one, or this one, or this one? So it's this one. That's so dangerous. I would never have a thing like this in my house. I need a death on myself because that's just dangerous because it is itself. 4 burners, which one is hot? Did you see they were all the same like shade of metal? Oh, the metal was all the same color. It's not red or anything. It's not lighted up red. Yeah, but that's hot, but it's not lighted up red. It's not this one that's hot. It's not this one that's hot. And they all look the same. It's not this one that's hot. And that one's not lighted up red, but it's still hot. I'm sorry for you people that live around that problem. Well, that's not my fault, but it is. I'm alive that way. You're due outside homeless on that point, so you're not near the stove for any sort of need. Well, I'm a little warm right now. I want to take my robe off to cool off, but I can't because the camera's on. What makes you think I would take my clothes off in front of a penis who thinks I don't have a home and says it explicitly? Yeah. Well, I'm not taking my clothes off in front of the camera and putting it on YouTube. Why do you have an obscene problem with Charles Toe being the name on this YouTube account? You don't think you have an obscene problem you didn't pay for to be community guidelines on YouTube? You hypocrisy hunters leaving comments on the internet. You have a lot of nerve that you just don't go outside homeless and wait for God to come and get you. Tongue clicker, get out. There's some cheese on top. I'll just show it before it melts. It looks like it's gonna melt. I want it to be, you know, a little interesting. Is that a little interesting? The ravioli and some sauces. A little cheese. Commentator. You need to get some help. I know. If God was talking to you right in your own hands and mouth, would you even hear him? If God said to you, you need to get some help, would there be any possible way to eliminate everybody who's not yourself to yourself, and you would say to yourself, oh, and my God is saying that I need to get some help? Instead, you want to say, you who on the internet, you need to get some help. I know I'm you who to you. If you think I need to get some help, I'm you who to you. I think that one who said you need to get some help commentator on the internet for one of my videos, but it came as a notification, yeah, to the cell phone, Charles Toe username notification. That person owes me some yoo-hoo, but I want to make it myself. You owe me a nice kitchen so that I can make yoo-hoo myself. I want to make yoo-hoo with whole milk. I want to use a chocolate that is for melting to make it really smooth in the milk. So Abuelita is what I can think of right now, but what if it has another brand? That would be fine. And then I also want a cinnamon stick. And what else? It's like chocolate horchata, right? But yoo-hoo doesn't have cinnamon in it. I know, but wouldn't that be better? I want to put cinnamon in the yoo-hoo that I make for myself. And it needs sugar. Yeah, sugar. What about coconut yoo-hoo? How do you make coconut yoo-hoo? Well, you have to break open a coconut. It's not a fruit. It's not a nut. It's a coconut. I don't know how to get it open. Shredded coconut. Buy it, shredded coconut. I don't know. It has to be really fresh, and it has to smell good. It has to taste good. If I don't like it, I want to be able to say no. It's not a good enough ingredient for yoo-hoo. In honor of the commentator said, you need to get help. Yeah. I need to make some yoo-hoo. I need a kitchen. I need keys that I can keep and everything that's mine to myself. If I get help, I know that's not me to myself. It's not mine to myself. It's for you to yourself, but you'll never know what the problem is. You just want to send a problem out there to God. Is there a God up there who thinks that's insensitive? I want to see God when I die, and I want to ask him if he's a little insensitive. Oh, I am angry my whole life, and I'm not allowed to be angry in front of any of you. Are too close to me because you're very dangerous. But why aren't you in prison if you're so dangerous? Is God making it safe for you in the formed world? In public? Why doesn't he make you in prison if you're so dangerous that I have to be such a good girl around you? You belong in prison. I'm not allowed in prison, and you're allowed in public, and I'm not allowed in my house that way. Oh, I'm gonna die. I'm gonna die out of it all.